Alright, let's do a Q&A video. We're going to talk record collecting. We're going to talk YouTube. Check this out. Okay, this first question. You have a Milty and Onzow, etc. How often do you actually use them? Or are you lazy like me and just use a carbon fiber and let it spin? So, in fact, I do use my Milty and Onzow all the time. And funny enough, I rarely use a carbon fiber brush. I'm not a big fan of carbon fiber brushes. I know a lot of people swear by them. But when you're talking about the Milty, that's this. This is the Zerostat, the Milty Zerostat. And this is an anti-static gun because static on your records, I was going to say it's it's enemy number one for record collectors. I mean, it's probably not the worst thing, but that static on your record can contribute to the snap, crackle, and pop. And I dislike all that stuff. So a few zaps with your Zerostat Milty anti-static gun gets rid of this. So to me, this is an essential record accessory, and I use it quite often, especially new records. I find they can have a lot of static, so I'm always zapping records. And the viewer also referred to an Onzow. That's this thing. This is this one's dirty right now. I got to give it a clean. Just clean it with tap water. But you use this to clean your stylus, right? You put this on your tone arm, and you gently, using the lever, lower your tone arm onto here and lift it up, and it takes off all the dust and stuff off of it. So I use this quite often as well to keep my stylus clean, because I've even a little bit of dust or dirt on your stylus, again, contributes to that snap, crackle, and pop. So I do use these all the time. And those are two. If I had to pick three essential accessories for me, those would be two of them. And the third one would be my Discwasher, record cleaning brush, along with some fluid to go with it. The Discwasher is a classic design. I like the old ones. The new ones aren't as good. I find the best modern day record cleaning brush is the Groove Washer. Not quite as good as the Discwasher, but it is pretty good. And I do use the Groove Washer fluid all the time. So I spray it on. I'm making noise. I spray it on here. I let the record spin and clean it. So those are three of my record accessories, three of my favorite record accessories, and I do use them all the time. In fact, I should probably do a video again pretty soon about my essential record accessories. I probably have 6, 8, 10, something like that, accessories I can't live without and I use all the time. But for the time being, yes, I do use the ones you mentioned, and the three I showed you are my most essential record accessories that I probably could not live without. Okay, this comes from Vince. My question is, in the time you have been hosting your channel, so that's about 10 years, what is the most standout improvement in audio tech? Would it be the rise of streaming, maybe current phono carts over what we saw in the 70s and 80s? Good question, man. So he's talking about the most standout improvement in audio technology in the last 10 years. I'm going to go with streaming, because I think back to 10 years ago, and I think I was probably dipping my toe into the Spotify pool. But streaming has come so far since then with high definition, high resolution music streaming and services like Tidal, and the rise of dedicated music streamers capable of playing those high resolution audio streams, right? You got the Winamp, you got the Blue Sound Node, all those sorts of accessories, and they do a great job and they sound great. And yeah, I think that's probably the one technology that has come a long way in the last decade. What do you think?
Channel 33 RPM.
When you were a kid, did you sit and wait with a cassette recorder and wait for your favorite songs to record? Of course, man. As a child of the 80s, this was an essential way to capture the songs that you wanted. Here, there was a station, there still is a station. I don't listen to much terrestrial radio anymore, but there was a local station called 92 City FM, and they had the top 7 at 7. And I was a kid, man. That was my introduction to so many bands. The first place I heard Ozzy, in the first place I heard Twisted Sister. I used to record tons of songs off the radio, or sometimes I'd phone the DJ and request songs. The other thing I did quite often in that same era and throughout my teenage years is record a lot of videos off of television on VHS. And I still have a couple VHS tapes in a box in the garage somewhere with hours of music videos I recorded. So yeah, those two things, man, those were an essential way to supplement your music collection as a kid in the 80s. Okay, this comes from Rod. Happy Hippie the Vinyl Guy. How do you keep yourself motivated to do videos? After 5.5 years, I found myself completely burnt out and haven't made one in a year. Still enjoy watching occasionally, but not like I used to. Rod, I miss your videos. You are one of the good ones in the vinyl community, man. And this is a really good question. Like, how do you stay motivated? I've done these videos for 10 years, and there's a few things I would say. Number one, I take a break when I get burned out, and I have no hesitation to take a break, right? You gotta, if I don't feel like doing a video, I'm not gonna do one, because if I'm honest, I love all you guys. I love that you watch, but I do these videos for myself, and I create the kind of videos that I want to watch, or I would want to watch. So to me, it's fun and entertaining to myself to make these videos, if that makes sense. Other thing is, I don't watch a lot of vinyl community videos. Actually, in preparation to do this video, I went on YouTube and I Googled vinyl community, and there's so many people doing vinyl community videos. It's awesome to see, but I'm not familiar with a lot of these people. There's a handful of channels I watch, including Rod's when he was doing videos. And the other thing I've done, which really does keep me going, is I've turned this channel into a very modest, small business. I claim taxes. I claim t-shirt sales, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, it kind of makes me feel good to know I'm running a small business. And again, the income is not big at all, but it's something that contributes to me wanting to continue to do these videos. So Rod, I hope I see you back on the YouTubes soon. If not, I'm happy to hear from you and hope all is well, man. This comes from Metal Mickey. What do you think of YouTube in 2025? Personally, I feel like with the amount of AI-generated content, the platform might start taking a downturn in popularity, but that is just me. Good question. I have not noticed a lot of AI content, but maybe it's the stuff I'm watching, or maybe I'm oblivious to it, but I don't think I am oblivious to it. I still watch a lot of YouTube. A lot, maybe not, I don't watch a ton of vinyl videos anymore, as I just said, but I watch like a lot of movie reviews. I watch some politics, some political stuff. I watch cop chase videos. I don't know why I get suckered into that. I watch tech reviews. So I do watch quite a bit. For me, what makes YouTube bearable is I got that YouTube Premium, or whatever it's called. It's not cheap, but it gets rid of all commercials. And to me, the worst part of YouTube is all those ads. And I won't use an ad blocker or anything like that, because that takes money away from the creator. And YouTube creators don't make a lot of money to begin with. So I don't use an ad blocker, but I do subscribe to YouTube Premium. And to me, that makes the forum, or this platform, much more bearable and much more fun to watch. All right, this comes from my buddy Max. He writes, I have an unusual question. What's going to happen to our collections when one day we leave this planet? What is the plan? I've done videos on this before, and I have talked about it before, and it is something that weighs on me. It's something I think more and more about the older I get. Like all this stuff. A lot of the stuff I have, I can't speak for anyone else, all the stuff I have, I don't really need. I'm not just talking about records and gear. I'm just talking about all the things that clutter our households. And I've been thinking about this a lot more, because when you're younger, it means all about accumulating stuff, right? And then as soon as I hit 50, I was kind of like, maybe I don't need all this stuff. So I've been going through my stuff, and I've been selling a lot of stuff on Marketplace, and I'm much more picky about the records I buy, and I've been selling some records as well. Just because, again, stuff, I don't need a lot of stuff. But what's going to happen to these collections when we leave this planet? I did a video last year where I asked Sherry about that, because if I go before her, it'll be up to her to figure out what to do, and she really wasn't sure. So I don't know, man. I just know I'm buying less stuff, and only buying stuff I think is essential and I really want, partially because I don't want to burden my kids and wife or whatever with having to get rid of a lot of this stuff. All right, similar question. This comes from Tony. He writes, have your daughters gotten into records, or will you be hoping a grandchild will, so you have someone to leave your collection to? I ask because I have had to decide what to do with my records. My kids love music, but not record collecting. My grandkids love music, but also not really into record collecting, partly because the space needed to have a collection, which has led me to sell most of my collection. I have kept about 400 of my top 20 favorite artists. Yeah, again, same kind of thing. And it's something, the older I get, the more I think about. My daughters are into music, but not physical media per se, and not really the same kind of music I am into. So I don't think they'll probably maybe pick, hopefully, a handful of my favorite records just to keep, but they won't be interested in all this. And grandkids, you know, my kids are only 14 and 17, so it's a little too early to think about it. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll have anyone to pass this on to. So as I said previously, I'm buying less, and probably as the years go by, I will downsize more of my collection, just keep those essential records that I really want and will listen to frequently. All right, 33ers, what did you think of this Q&A video? How would you have answered some of these questions? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep on spinning.